taking into the account the derangement of both theater kids and leftists in this day and age, it's no surprise that they have now written a musical about Luigi Mangione, the accused killer of healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. I just want to mention, first off, that a lot of people are saying there's no proof that he did it. They're saying that because Luigi is pleading not guilty to this crime, that we should actually entertain that possibility, that he was completely framed for this murder. But I think that while they're attempting to frame this as a nuanced, apolitical analysis of Luigi Mangione's cultural impact, what's really happening here is that they are further lionizing this man. And I'll use their description to tell you about it. This is a comedy musical that imagines the surreal scenario of Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, sharing a prison with real-life inmates Sam Bankman-Fried and Sean Diddy Combs. While the setup is absurd, it's also rooted in a strange truth. These three men were indeed incarcerated at the same facility. That unlikely fact sparked our team's creative exploration. This show is not a celebration of violence of any kind, nor is it an attempt to pass judgment on an ongoing legal matter. Keep in mind, Luigi is still awaiting trial. Our hearts go out to the family of Brian Thompson, and we acknowledge the pain and complexity surrounding this case. Instead, Luigi the Musical uses satire to ask deeper cultural questions. Why did this case strike such a chord with so many people? Why did a figure like Luigi become a kind of folk hero in certain corners of the internet? What does that say about how we see institutions in America today? Our characters reflect three institutions of modern disillusionment: healthcare, tech, and Hollywood. Each represents a pillar of American life where public trust has eroded and where people increasingly feel betrayed, exploited, and abandoned. By placing these forces in one absurd prison cell, we're offering a mirror to our moment. Campy, surreal, and funny, but also emotionally honest.
Okay, so honestly, like, at least they put some thought into their explanation of what it is.
They sure did.
And if we're to believe, just if I'm being honest, if we're to believe that Diddy is guilty of everything they say he is, and I don't know if he is, right, of something as evil as sex trafficking, why is it that somehow it feels less egregious to see some type of absurdist stage play about Diddy, despite the horrifying nature of the crimes, than it is about Sam Bankman-Fried, or I'm sorry, not of Sam Bankman-Fried, of Luigi Mangione, considering the fact that nowadays we oftentimes consider sex crimes to be the unforgivable crime, whereas murder is seen as something where it's a take it or leave it depending on who you are. Different people have different ideas about the forgivable nature of homicide. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Before I respond to that, we have a 20 from Shane H. Wilder. To the tune of That's Amore. When you off a guy and a manhunt is nigh, that's Luigi. To Oklahoma, Mangione is clear he's clinically insane, thought he could beat the insurance elite, and threw his life right down the drain. I have a lot to work with, and they say it's an inspired play after Chicago.
I think the reason why it seems less absurdist to do it about somebody like Diddy is because he was already in the public eye.
So I think it's obvious, given the extreme left slant of theater kids, especially those based in the San Francisco Bay Area. They have, of course, a bias toward Luigi Mangione's cause, or at least whatever that's been twisted into in the media. They hate Sam Bankman-Fried because he represents the tech CEOs and AI, and they hate Diddy because, obviously, the nature of his accusations. So Luigi is still, in my opinion, being characterized as a sort of folk hero by these people, even if they deny that claim. And I looked into the people behind this musical and found their Instagram page, where they've been introducing themselves one by one to their audience. And given the nature of the content they're making about this musical, and the things they're saying about Luigi, that I believe supports my idea that they actually do idolize this guy.
What's interesting is they've turned comments off, which means they don't want any pushback. I find it interesting because, like, if I'm being honest, if you're going to make very, very edgy, controversial art, you think you'd want to gather up all the publicity and all the engagement that you could.
Yeah.
So perhaps it isn't about the fact that it's edgy. It's because they actually believe that he did the right thing. Therefore, they don't want to.
That there's a cause behind it.
Yes, they care more about getting this message out there without it being hindered by people saying something back, even if that means hindering its reach by not allowing other people to have an opinion.
They
on the
only
matter.
want the mainstream media publications to cover this. They don't want a social media discourse to run free.
Yep.
But before we show you who is involved in this on these Instagram posts, I want to just clarify. I don't know who is playing Luigi, but it looks like they have cast women to play both Sam Bankman-Fried and Diddy.
I mean, that's pretty progressive to gender swap the criminals.
I don't know why, but here are a few of them, one playing Sam Bankman-Fried in this reel.
Here we go.
Oh, hello there. Life just handed me a lemon, and so I made the choice to audition for the hottest musical in San Francisco, Luigi the Musical. My name's Andre Margotini, and I'll be playing Sam Bankman-Fried, the billionaire Nepo baby who stole all your money.
Shut that dog up.
My favorite thing about Luigi, he's got a fine taste in breakfast food. Here's to the hash brown. Here's to a smile.
I mean, I hope the play is better than that reading.
Yeah, it didn't really sell it for me. And then secondly, we have the music director of the
Gosh, they all look the same.
here. Yeah.
Hey, what's
That was a bit of a millennial pause. Hold on.
There was a millennial pause.
Hey, what's up? I'm Ariel Johnson. I am the music director of Luigi the Musical. And my favorite fact about Luigi is that he worked on the Civilization computer game series. I'm a huge fan.
There's a millennial pause at the beginning and
the end.
So that's the musical director. And now we have the woman playing Diddy.
Okay.
This one is the best, honestly.
Please be a race swap. Please be a race swap. Damn it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Janae Lucas. I will be playing the P. Diddy Sean Puffy Combs in Luigi the Musical, coming soon to a theater near you. What I love about Diddy is that he
Wait, I thought it was supposed to be what she loves about Luigi.
Well, I don't know.
really has taught us that if you step on a crack, you will break that man back.
I don't even get it.
I don't
Okay.
either.
I
don't get any of this,
Yeah.
to be honest.
It's very absurd. You know, this isn't the only play. I actually, I was thinking about something beforehand, and somebody actually reminded me on X to bring up. Did you see Slam Frank? The play
No.
Slam Frank. Watch this. This is a real thing.
Take a look at this actress playing Anne Frank. And this one, and this one, and this one. What do all of these actors have in common? They're all white. Over the years, our world has been getting more and more diverse, but our Holocaust narratives have not been able to keep up. Until now! I've created a new musical called Slam Frank that combines hip-hop, spoken word poetry, and mucho diversity so that we can have a version of this story that is prescient and relevant to future generations.
That's a real thing. I just thought you'd find that interesting.
Slam Frank.
Slam Frank. I mean, it's like
Amazing.
I mean, Slam Frank sounds like honestly like a band name.
So, just taking a first glance at the people involved in Luigi the Musical, you can tell this is the average profile of who you would assume is waiting outside of the courtroom for
Yes.
Luigi and holding up signs in support of him. I'm not saying that that's true of those individuals, But to make a generalized statement, they have all the traits of Luigi stans.
Yeah, if you're looking for more conventionally attractive women that are into criminals, look for the women that are into serial killers. Yeah. They're the blonde, the tall, the leggy. They're the ones waiting outside for the.
I mean, they're never winners. They're never winners. But
No. That's the opposite. I think that you end up finding out they work like high middle management in an email job.
I mean,
they've got money.
They don't have winsome faces, generally speaking. So all of the shows for Luigi the Musical have sold out of tickets so far. Now,
it's going to be number one with a bullet.
It's not that impressive because I looked into it and there are about 60 seats in the theater that they're using currently. But this is possibly a jumping off point for Luigi the Musical to get national attention and make it to Broadway.
Yep.
So Luigi Mangione is going to have his Broadway debut possibly before he is even convicted of murder.
In the chat, Mr. PKWT says, if Luigi looked like a Reddit mod neckbeard, they would be calling for the death penalty. No. He allegedly killed a healthcare CEO. They'd be supporting it either way. They just wouldn't be evangelizing him.
If he had the same manifesto, yeah. But he would just have a smaller fan base if he weren't conventionally attractive.
Correct.
There would still be a fan base, and the domino effect is crazy to watch. I guess it's better for Luigi Mangione to inspire art than inspire more violence, but
I mean, we're seeing both. Yeah, we're seeing both because there have been other attempts on
it's not an either or situation. And I feel like almost I'm not saying that, this should be suppressed in any type of way, but it's not going to encourage people to imitate him. Because it's showing you that you will get glory for committing acts of violence.
It just makes me roll my eyes. Like when I see these types of things, it's like the art house version of someone who writes letters to serial killers.
Thankfully, a lot of people I expected to be praising this do find it distasteful and
interesting.
Find it to be poor timing or insensitive to the victim.
I mean,
especially in regard to Diddy.
I mean, the better version of this is if they made like an X-Files episode about something like this, where you find out that he's part of some shadowy government conspiracy, and the CEO was, in league with some group that was trying to make alien-resistant vaccines, and they wanted to get rid of him so that they could not have that created. That's what I was just rewatching Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man, where they show that he was the one who killed JFK and MLK. I'd rather see that type of art.
I don't think we need another musical about a vigilante killer with a fan base after seeing Joker Folie à Deux.
There you go.
Which was a train wreck.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.